A true lady keeps her receipts, folks. You never know when they might come in handy. Hi, I'm David Reddish. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. So, you might have thought the drama around Donald Trump's tariffs had finally ended, at least for the moment. Now we have a developing new chapter in the saga the Wall Street Journal dubbed the stupidest trade war in history. As you will recall, throughout the 2024 presidential campaign, Donald Trump touted tariffs as a means of enriching Americans and dealing out retribution to nations where he did not feel loved. Trump, of course, ignored the ever louder chorus of voices warning that tariffs wouldn't be effective at punishing foreign nations. Worse, they would cause an immediate price increase on the American people. Even some of Trump's staunchest allies like Mitch McConnell criticized the plans. Of course, over the weekend, Trump sparked mass hysteria when he signed an executive order slapping Mexico, Canada, and China, the three biggest and most essential trading partners of the United States, with extraordinary tariffs. In particular, Mexico and Canada took the brunt of the action as Trump smacked them with a 25% tariff on imports. Take a look.
Look, Mexico and Canada have never been good to us on trade. They've treated us very unfairly on trade. And we will be able to make that up very quickly because we don't need the products that they have. We have all the oil you need. We have all the trees you need, meaning the lumber. We have more than almost anybody in those two categories. In oil, we have more than anybody, and we don't need anybody's trees. We have to free up some of the tree areas that we have. We have great lumber in this country. We have to free them up environmentally, which I can do very quickly. But we don't need what they have.
Trump further justified the tariffs by claiming that the United States has subsidized Canada and that it would pressure the country to become the 51st state. Yeah, right. He also said the tariffs would punish Mexico for allowing fentanyl and illegal immigrants to enter the United States. Economists panicked at the news, noting that said tariffs would raise the prices on everything from cars to gasoline to produce to lumber to liquor to meat to... You get the idea. Basically, everything would go up in price for American consumers. The reason? American companies, not foreign nations, pay tariffs. To keep their stock prices and executive salaries inflated, they would raise the price of their goods. Estimates said that the tariffs would cost Americans an additional $1,000 or more per year. Mexico and Canada both enacted retaliatory tariffs, with Canada stripping American goods from their shelves and also applying a 25% tax on American imports. Mexico, by contrast, adopted a variety of tariffs ranging from 5 to 20% taxes on American goods. The tariffs were set to go into effect on February 4th. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum pledged to work with the United States to find a resolution to the crisis. Now that might sound like a tepid response, but don't underestimate the Mexican president's cunning. Now, CNBC reports Sheinbaum has revealed a juicy bit of information about the tariffs to the American people, something that Donald Trump omitted. Trump agreed to pause the tariffs on Mexico and Canada for at least a month this past Monday. Trump also, true to form, gloated, claiming that he'd forced Canada to form a new border security force and that Mexico would send an additional 10,000 troops to help block migrants from entering the U.S. Here's the catch. Canada agreed to form that force in 2024 under President Joe Biden. Mexico had also previously sent the same number of troops to the border at Biden's request. He didn't need to threaten absurd tariffs to do either. And now, according to CNBC, Sheinbaum has revealed another tender morsel. The Mexican president now says she actually got more out of Trump than he did out of her. Oh, and for the record, she's produced a transcript of their call if anyone has any doubts. It comes down to this: guns. Though Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance claimed during the campaign that Mexico was sending all kinds of illegal weapons into the United States, in reality, the opposite was true. Illegal guns, the kind used by cartels and gangs, are actually flowing illegally from the United States into Mexico in much greater numbers. As part of the tariff negotiations, the United States agreed to devote more resources to blocking weapons from entering Mexico. So, in other words, not only did Trump's tariffs backfire, but they're actually getting more action out of the United States. Now, nobody should argue that curbing the illegal flow of firearms from the U.S. is a bad thing. It isn't. It's a very good thing, in fact. But it's telling that Trump would avoid mentioning his concession as he declares imaginary victory in this stupid trade war. In the hands of a better president, it would be a win. But in case you haven't ever figured out by now, Trump isn't a normal president. He's a stupid one. And he apparently doesn't know what real winning is. even when it bites him in the self-tanner slathered ass. This is Occupy Democrats.